What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF back with another pregame live stream as your Los Angeles Lakers face the OP insecure Brooklyn Nets, man. This should be interesting to say the least. Just a quick little update. No Kyle Kuzma again with a mild hamstring injury. And no Marc Gasol. I guess the reason he didn't play last game is because he had some tightness in his hamstring as well. I'm sorry. The Kyle Kuzma one is a calf strain, and the Marc Gasol one is some tightness in the hamstring. So both of those guys will be out. Unfortunately, yet another game versus another healthy team for the most part, and we're not going to be healthy. So there's that. However, I am looking forward to some things here. I want to see how we match up ideally, what type of lineups that team likes to run, that insecure ass Brooklyn team likes to run, and also I want to see how Andre Drummond and guys like that are gonna match up versus the Brooklyn, and see if we can exploit the mismatches. So let's see what happens. Hey, what up, Sally? What's up, Sally? Hey, Rios, how y'all doing today? Feeling good, feeling good. I know we're not expected to win today, but you know what? It's the principle, right? It's the principle of these games that matters. Look here. If the Lakers come out and compete like they did the last game versus Miami and make it at least entertaining, I'm satisfied with that. I'm never happy unless we win, of course, but I'm satisfied. And that's what I want the Lakers to come out here and do. We know that offensively they're overpowered, especially with all these injuries we have. They're gonna look extra good today. Kevin Durant is back. His minutes are increasing. Kyrie Irving is healthy last I checked. James Harden, I believe, is out, but they're still super overpowered. They still have Blake Griffin. They still have LaMarcus. They have all these bums. So the Lakers have to make sure we come out here and defend our best. And offensively, I think we should be all right. Now, obviously, we're missing key pieces, so we're not going to be the same, but we have to exploit our mismatches. Like KO says, Drummond should eat. We got to make sure we go down low, especially if LaMarcus is guarding him. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be shocked if just for this game they put DeAndre Jordan out there to start because he can match up a little better defensively. But still, regardless, Drummond is the best big man out there, regardless. So let's see how we utilize him in this game versus the last. Last game he had 15 points, 12 rebounds, looked very solid, but did most of the stuff by himself. Hey, Stacy, how you doing? She said, how you doing, Dan? I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Well, it's bittersweet for me, you know. One of my favorite artists growing up as a kid passed away this week. So, rest in peace to DMX officially. That hurt me to my core. Um, especially after everything he's been through in his life. At least he's resting easy though. So it's bittersweet for me. Sweet because I spent time with my loved ones. I was able to have fun this week. And so yeah, I've been up and down emotionally, but overall I'm thankful. Thank you for asking, Stace. Dan, all we need is our team to keep it close. I'm a little sad because I love how Kuz locks Katie. Yeah, we could have really used Kyle Kuzma in last game, and especially in this game for his defense and his offense. But look, we're getting closer and closer to be healthy. Hopefully, it'll be a long-term health and not short-term health. Now, they evaluated if Kyle Kuzma could play today, and unfortunately, they decided to go against it. They said, let's give him a couple of days of rest. So I'm with it. We got to make sure these guys are fully healthy. Luckily, we do have some other pieces we can integrate here. We're getting THT back from his one-game BS suspension that the NBA decided they were going to curse upon us. Obviously Drummond. I really hope Dennis can put the whole contract situation behind him, because if he shows up, we're going to have a chance. He's a really good player when he wants to be, but lately he's been sucking, man, with all this, moping around and dropping his head and lowering his shoulders. I don't like the body language, so I've been very disappointed with him. And somebody asked me if I was biased, why I'm not hard on Kuzma versus with Dennis. It's like, listen, if you've been watching my channel, I've been showing Dennis love. At one point, I was even comparing him to Drew Holiday numbers. And I was like, we got a deal. You guys remember, right? I'm never biased here. It's always Lakers first. So I was comparing him, and unfortunately, he hasn't lived up to the hype recently, especially after these contract negotiations fell apart. So that's the very disappointing part. Hey, what up, Tony? Appreciate you, bro. Um, Is Mark injured? Yes, he is injured. That's why he didn't play the last game. I was a little puzzled, especially due to the fact that he was playing good. So yeah, he is injured, unfortunately, and um, you know, he has some tightness in his hamstring. That's why he didn't play last game, and it'll keep him out tonight as well. Via Mark Trudell. My guy said it's free to like the video, show love. Absolutely, guys. Smash the like button. Y'all haven't checked out my track, please do that as well. Mike Tyson, man, is a heavy hitter. Dan, get ready for the trolls on Twitter if we end up losing tonight. Oh, nobody's worried about these newfound Brooklyn Nets fans. We all know these cats, like the Brooklyn Nets, don't have any history, man, as winning. So if anybody claims to be a longtime Brooklyn Nets fan, I really doubt it. Unless they know who Kerry Kittles is and Keith Van Horn, I don't buy it because they used to be the New Jersey Nets. I think I know more about the Nets history than these damn newfound ex-Clipper fans / Brooklyn Net fans. Like a bunch of Skip Baylesses out there, man, just talking smack. So their opinion really doesn't matter at all. I like to talk basketball with people whose opinions matter, and that's not any bandwagon type fans. Any of those bandwagons could, hit the road, hit the curve. Brooklyn fans are all bad. There you go. See, Brittany knows what's up. That's what I'm talking about. Angel says, win or lose, I just hope we play the same aggression on the defense intensity we played against the Heat. Absolutely. That's all we can hope for at this point, man. We're not even close to being healthy. We're missing a lot of key rotation pieces. And the good news, guys, is that according to Jared Dudley, we're 3 to 4 weeks away from being fully healthy. That's not too far away. That's not too far away at all. Do you think this is a statement game? Not for us. We don't even have it like most of our star players. We don't have Kuz. We don't have LeBron. No AD. We're missing Mark as well. Like, this is not a statement game for us. This really doesn't mean anything. If we win, however, it really looks bad on them. And it'll expose them. But it's just a long shot. Kyrie's balling out. Got to give the boy credit. He's been balling. I mean, he's always been one of my favorite guards, but I can no longer root for him. I left my Kyrie fan card at the door once he joined Brooklyn, and they got James Harden and all these bums to join. So as talented as the kid is, I don't root for him, but he is talented. And then they got KD, who everybody knows he hasn't really been injured this year. He's just been taking a bunch of breaks because that's what the divas do in this league. And the guy just wants to be healthy because he hasn't been healthy in over a year. So I'm sure he'll come out here and show out, especially without LeBron on the court, because everybody knows LeBron is his father. But all in all, it's not really. This game doesn't mean anything unless we win it. Then it means everything. Because if we're able to beat this team, running on 40% fuel like we are right now, that'll really say a lot about all that depth they have and no heart, right? So this is clearly Brooklyn is expected to win this clearly. If we could even make it competitive, I'll be satisfied with that. But not happy. I only get happy during wins. Do you think Blake was fake being washed in Detroit? I told you, Brittany. I actually wanted the Lakers to sign him because I knew nobody wants to hoop for Detroit. I don't think he was fake. I just think he wasn't happy being there. Like I said, anybody, if you're at a job where you get treated like crap, but you need to keep working there just for, cash purposes or bills you got to pay, you're not going to give it 110% effort. At least most people won't. And so, you're kind of like half-assing it until you find something better. And that's exactly what Blake Griffin did. I knew it. He didn't fool me. People were saying he was washed. I'm like, you guys must not watch basketball. This guy's not washed. He simply just doesn't want to be in Detroit. Almost similar to how ever since the contract extension talks broke down between the Lakers and Dennis has kind of like disappeared, and he hasn't had a real good game in a while. So, you can kind of tell he's not happy being here either. Matter of fact, before we acquired Dennis Schroeder, there were rumors that he didn't want to come here. So, he's played like a good 30% of the season at full mental capacity, and he's kind of taken a basketball hiatus ever since his contract negotiations fell apart. So that is why I'm not happy with him. It has nothing to do with favoritism. I call everybody how I see it. He said, Dan, we can't have 20 turnovers. Exactly. And 7 of those can't come from your lead guard. That's why a lot of people don't like him starting. and they want to send him back to the bench, which I can't argue at this point. I vouched for him early in the season, and the kid hasn't come through. So, you know, hope we get rid of Dennis just like Danny Green. He's not built for LA. Well, I mean, it's looking like he doesn't want to be here anyway, so he might just walk. Because I don't think Dennis wants to be a Laker. His body language says it all. Exactly. Jesse said, hey, Dan, how can we activate Andre Drummond's game offensively? Well, Andre Drummond is somebody who you're not going to see his full offensive repertoire till we're able to bring back LeBron and AD. Why? Because he can go one-on-one. He's an old school type center. He likes to bang down low, which is kind of a lost art. Most centers like to stretch the floor, and they like the finesse game. But he's an old school type center. Those kind of centers are so much better when they're set up by teammates in the right spots on the floor, just so they can do one move, drop step or catch and finish, or just where they're ready to score. And LeBron James does that. Dennis Schroeder, he missed so many golden opportunities to throw up lobs during the last game versus the Miami Heat that I don't really think Dennis's IQ is that high. I mean, he turned the ball over by bounce passing it right to Jimmy Butler instead of lobbing it up high where only Andre could get it. So it shows you that Drummond's better off offensively with somebody who can create for him. Now, he can go get you a bucket here or there, but don't expect too much from him offensively. Defensively is where he makes a difference. If you noticed, last game versus Miami, Bam Adebayo didn't really eat. Most of his shots came from the mid-range, and he didn't have a huge monstrous game where if we would have started Mark or we would have had Trez or any undersized big there, he probably would have ate. Same thing with Jimmy. These guys had okay games, but nobody really impressed, which is the main reason we were in the game. And that's what Drummond does. He slows down the game on a defensive end for the opposition with his ability to roam the paint and block shots, get rebounds, and just intimidate. We saw it a couple times, even though he did get posterized by Vic, but Vic is somebody who has all-star potential, so I'm not surprised. Plus, he rotated over late in that play. However, I'll take that. If he's going to get posterized, I'd rather somebody challenging at the rim once in a while and get posterized once in a while than somebody just opening up the lane and letting these guys get wide open dunks. So that's my thing about Drummond. He's a rebounder first, defender second, and then scoring option third, which is where he's going to shine with LeBron and AD, because AD and LeBron draw a lot of double and even triple teams. This guy will be roaming right to the basket, throw up the lob, bounce pass behind the back, no look, whatever the case may be. He's going to hit the target. LeBron and AD going to hit the target. They're great passers, both of them, great playmakers, and then you will really see Andre Drummond shine. But for now, I'm expecting about what he gave us, 15 points, 12 rebounds, and making an impact on the defensive end. That's it. That's what I expect from Drummond. Nothing less, nothing more. Hey, he said, love the Nike shirt, bro. I'm everything Nike, too. He said, what will it take for us to beat the Nets? I don't expect us to beat the Nets. But if we do win, I'm going to laugh. No flopping Harden, Tyson song fire. Appreciate you, bro. I'm glad you like the Mike Tyson song. Those of you that haven't checked it out, please go check it out. Smash the like. Mike Tyson with your boy Lonnie and yours truly. As far as your question, bro, what it's going to take is going to take the same effort, subtract the turnovers. Same effort we played versus Miami. Lights out shooting, just like we played versus Miami. We had like 10 3-pointers that game. Seems like we're starting to activate on the offensive end. So there's that. But yeah, it's gonna take the right offensive approach, which means consistency. And it is what it is. So injury update. I see some of you guys say Wesley Matthews. Let me check my timeline. So LeBron obviously out, Davis out, Dudley still out, Gasol out. Yep. Matthews has a right Achilles tightness, and Kuzma's out as well. So yep, another one. Add another one to the injury list. Very unfortunate, guys. Now we got Wesley Matthews out. But however, look, guys, we're being plagued by injuries right now, but we have enough guard depth. Next man up. That means THT and Ben McLemore will get more guard minutes. And same thing for Caruso. So we can live with it. We just have to adapt. We have to adapt. And like I said, in order for us to have a chance to win that game, we have to make sure we come with the exact same intensity from the Miami Heat on both ends of the floor, subtracting the turnovers. We almost have to play a perfect game with all the injuries we have. So it's going to be extremely hard. Chances of us winning tonight, I'm a Laker fan, so I'm going to go to 30%, and that's being generous. But, I'd say the opposition would probably think we have no chance, no percent, right? But let's see, man. You never know. Magic can happen. It is the NBA. What if KCP has another bubble boy type performance? Let's kill it. Hey, Intel Wow, thank you so much for the donation, brother. You said, Dan, Drummond averages 4.7 offensive rebounds. That's right. That right there will win you some games. He gives you extra opportunities. And you know what I like about Drummond? He's not dumb. He's very intelligent. Did you guys see that little shovel pass to Caruso right on the defender's arm? Andre Drummond is a high. I told you guys this when we acquired him, just based off of watching and studying his highlight film. But I've also seen him play on very few rare occasions. I've always been a fan. He has a very underrated passing ability. And this has already been showcased early on. What do you have, like 4 or 5 assists last game? The guy he's a hooper, man. He may not be a professional scorer. He might not be an elite defender, but he can hold his own on both of those categories. Passing is great. Ball handles underrated. He's actually he could bring the ball up the floor, guard style, which is rare for a center of that type of magnitude, right? Of height and weight. Drummond is a very old school type of center, but with some modern day skill set, like great passing, pretty good at dribbles. And my favorite thing that I saw from him in these first 2 games is that when he gets a rebound and he doesn't have the layup right to go right back up with it, my man looks for shooters, and he's a good passer. And all these guys have to do is knock it down. So that is huge. That is a huge asset. So thank you for the donation, Intel. Great comment, by the way. Thank you, bro. Do we have enough players that are eligible to play? Our lineups is hella skimp. We have enough. At least I think you need like 7 or 8. At least. So we will play. Don't worry about that, guys. We're going to get this game out of the way. I wish this game we were in health, because if we were healthy, I'd be predicting a W. You know how I feel about a healthy Lakers squad, especially with this much depth. We have a lot of depth, guys. But things to look forward to in this game, how THT comes back. Remember, the previous 3 games before he got suspended, he was averaging 16 points a game. My guy's the future. Don't sleep on him. Ben McLemore, I want to see how he acclimates himself. Second game back. Remember, first game Drummond came in. He had a little bit of a rough game due to the toenail. Second game, he looked more like himself. First thing with Ben, he had a little bit of a rough shooting game first game, but he's still learning the offense and the defensive schemes. Let's see if he can give us a 10-piece or more, right? That would be huge off the bench. How tall are you? I am 6 feet tall with shoes, 5'11 and a half without. Yes, sir. People were saying I look short, but my boy Lonnie's like 6'2", man. Y'all tripping. On the video where we were hooping, yeah, he's taller than me. He said, Dan, the Nets are saying this is a must-win. The Nets are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, man. They've never won a championship. So this is as close as they're going to get, being a championship team, a defending championship team on regular season, Jackie. So ignore what they got to say. These are ex-Clipper fans, ex-Warrior fans who realize that their teams are no longer good, and they jumped on that Brooklyn Net bandwagon. I see them all the time shaking hands on Twitter. Those 2 teams love each other. You know why? Because fraud recognizes fraud. The Clipper fans and the Nets fans love each other, and they team up to try to troll the defending championship Laker fans. So they're not on our level. We're just going to brush off our shoulders. We don't care what they got to say. Of course it means a lot to them, because they haven't done anything meaningful in the history of the franchise. So let them have it. They're going to come out like tryhards for sure. We know Kevin Durant's out here going to try to injure himself out here trying to get a victory. And, Kyrie's going to be handling the ball like that little gif. It's just, it's in their nature. They're haters. Kevin Durant has always said some hater stuff. I mean, the tweets are there as receipts. With Kyrie threw some jabs at LeBron this year. These are haters. These are prime haters who are trying to make an example out of a depleted team, which means nothing till we get to the playoffs. That's when it means everything. But, of course, who am I to try to educate these uneducated Brooklyn Clipper fans? Like, come on. Right? Wesley Matthews is out. Yep, exactly. He said, yeah, 30 boards per game from the big 3. Oh, we're getting rebounds, blocks. We're going to get out and run. We're going to get a lot of dunks with this new front court we have. It's out of this world. Just wait. I don't think some of Laker Nation knows what's coming up. What's in store when our guys get healthy. But some of you guys haven't realized how great Drummond is, and also Ben McLemore was a good addition. Did you see how crispy and how fresh those free throws were? Man, he was hitting number net. He's a real shooter. Don't be don't be fooled by the first 3 shots he missed with us. This guy can shoot. He said, Dan, I love Kyrie's skill set, but he plays with Dirk Kent. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Kyrie's skill set. I'm not a fan of his off the court antics, and I'm definitely not a fan of his off the court decisions. I mean, he played for Boston, now he plays for Brooklyn with a super stupid team, so I'm not rooting for him. Where did you get your shirt? My girl got it for me at the Nike outlet. Yes, sir. I asked her for some more color because I had a lot of black Nike shirts. I love Nike. But I was like, I need some more color. So I think it was for Christmas. Yeah, I think it was for Christmas she got me this, if I'm not mistaken. You can find a lot of good stuff in the Nike outlet, man. I'll be over there in Ontario like every other month. I'll be over there. Shooters got to shoot, KCP. By the way, KCP woke up. If we can get this version of KCP when LeBron and AD come back, it's a wrap for the league. If we can get this version of Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, let's put some respect on his name. He dropped 28. He's no longer Bubble Boy or Drop the Soap KCP. If he plays like this, all love. Like I said, I cheer for my players when they're on my team. That's why I've always given him the benefit of the doubt. He has the potential to be this guy. And one thing I've noticed since Ben McLemore was added to the team, he has been playing with a sense of urgency. He has been shooting without hesitation. He's been attacking the rim. He's been playing better defense. So the best thing that has happened so far to the Lakers, man, is adding Ben McLemore and Andre Drummond, because both Marc Gasol and KCP, they have a fire lit under their ass, just like I told you they would before we acquired them. So that's good news. Omar, what's up, my boy? He said, Chapo, tititito. I see you, bro. I see you. He said, hey, Miles, what's up, bro? He said, how weak-minded is Katie to go full racist on Mike Rapp? LOL. He said, Kaylee and Katie along with fail when it matters Harden. He's very sensitive, man. I'll say this about Kevin Durant, but Rappaport is a snitch, though. I don't vouch for him either, so they kind of deserve each other. I looked at the situation like I don't feel sorry for either one. They're both talking smack, and now one wants to cry about it. One's a snitch and the other one's a sensitive, you know what. So Katie is a perfect nickname for him. Thanks for the donation, bro. This guy, Kevin Durant, never ceases to amaze me. Like, I've had situations where people I know personally have told me they've been in arguments with him and showed me the proof. They've been in arguments with Kevin Durant. And to me, you have to carry yourself like a superstar. You can't be out here like a sensitive little high school kid. You know what I mean? You can't engage in all the arguments like that, especially when you're on Kevin Durant's level. Even myself, sometimes people want to start arguing with me on Twitter. I just block them, man. It's not about winning the argument. It's about not wasting time sometimes. So the fact that he responded like that, I mean, it only confirms what I've been calling him, a cupcake and all this stuff, But same thing for Rappaport. He's trash. He's always talking smack about Lakers fans, and I've always come at him the same way, So it's annoying to me how sensitive some people are. It's like, if you're gonna dish it out, be ready to take it the same way you dish it out. And Rappaport always I remember when Porzingis got traded, Rappaport was talking smack about him. It was like, bro, they're run by James Dolan. Porzingis wanted out for a reason. He called him a prick and all this. I'm like, bruh, ridiculous. Like, no wonder nobody wants to play there. But yeah, fans like that just are trash to me. Kevin Durant is a beta male. He's definitely not an alpha, that's for sure. I don't know what type of male he is, but whether he be beta or female or whatever, it is what it is. KD's just different, man. The thing that hurts me the most about KD is that I was a fan of his when he came into the league. I bought all his humility and, Mom, you're the real MVP and all this hypocrisy. And then all of a sudden, he thought he was the bee's knees. Yeah, I'm going to use that old school term. He thought he was the bee's knees because he started cursing out the media. Now he thinks he's a cool guy. Him and Klay Thompson started drinking beers in front of the media thinking they're all tough and stuff. And I'm like, this ain't it, bro. Just be yourself. That's one thing for the kids out there watching, man. You see somebody else being a certain way, you don't have to copy it just to be cool. Like it just comes off as fake. Always be yourself no matter what. Whether you're the cringiest person in the world, you could be a cool, cringy person if you just keep it 100, man. To be honest with you, like the world needs variety. We don't all need a bunch of tough guys or fake tough guys like KD out there. So that's my biggest issue with him. He's a fake tough guy, and everybody can see right through him. Just like that Rappaport prick. They're both fake tough guys. So he said THC starting tonight. Let's get it, Jose. Bro, I'm hyped about that. We just got the update. We're gonna get a nice little glimpse into THC. And this is the type of game where Taylor can really go off because you let him go with the green light and you'll see what can happen. So I'm expecting big things from the kid. He might even start drawing some doubles, man. He's really good. So we'll see what he does in the starting lineup, and I'm looking forward to it, man. By default, though, see, if he's starting is by default due to injuries. So again, there's no pressure for Taylor. It's not like they gave him the starting role because coach thought, hey, he's been balling out lately, which he has, by the way. Exciting times, guys. Exciting times. My guy said Lakers in 5 or 6. Either way, it's Lakers, baby. Either way, it's Lakers. It don't matter whether it's 5, 6, or 7. We'll take it any way we can get it, as long as we get it. That's the bottom line, bro. If I had to make a prediction, though, I say Lakers in 6 because Brooklyn has a lot of talent. Well, let's not sit here and act like they don't have the talent just because they're soft and sensitive and they think the earth is flat and all this weird stuff. So they still have the talent, and the Lakers will have to play their absolute best brand of basketball, even when LeBron and AD are back. All right, make no mistake. We're going to have to be at our peak. That means guys have to knock down shots and everything has to go right in order for us to win another championship. But the same applies to last year. Last year was tough too. People think last year's championship was easy. Don't listen to these conspiracy theorists, these bubble talkers, these Mickey, and all these idiots that don't really know basketball. We had one of the toughest routes to the finals, and don't let nobody else convince you otherwise. Just because we made it look easy, just because we made it look easy doesn't mean it was. Remember, we faced Portland. They were one of the hottest teams along with the Phoenix Suns in the bubble. I think they only lost one game the whole bubble before leading up to the playoffs out of the 8 games we played. They were like 7-1 or something like that, or 6-2. And then we went up against Houston, who, the fake MVP James Harden, everybody's favorite flopper. We went up against him and steroids, and we came out victorious after 5 games. Then we went up against Denver, one of the most underrated teams in the West, who I actually respect because they're all talent. They don't have all the flash, but they're all talent. And, we got out of the West like that, and then the rest was history. But people act like last year's championship was easy. No, last year's championship was one of the hardest. Being locked up in a bubble gets to their mental state. These are NBA players. Everybody knows NBA players are super divas, man. Even your favorite player, they're all divas. They're so used to, the star treatment and the fan love everywhere they go, and these 5-star hotels and these 5-star restaurants, and they had to change that up for for bubble type food. Like, I'm sure they got tired of being there for the month or 2 months they were there. So this was one of the toughest championships, and the haters are just mad because their favorite team didn't win one. That's the bottom line. Let nobody else convince you otherwise, Laker Nation. So I'm very proud of what the Lakers accomplished last year. And if they can accomplish that again this year, I'll be ecstatic, man. Especially if it's versus Brooklyn in the finals. I want Brooklyn in the finals. I'm rooting for them to make it to the finals so that LeBron can really smack Kevin Durant in the mouth. Put some respect on my name. So he can, destroy Kyrie Irving for saying he's not clutch, in other words. And so we can expose LaFlop Harden. Everybody knows Flop Harden is something else, man. It's something else. So if we can expose all 3 of those haters along the way, it'll be a beautiful sight, man. And then we won't have to hear as many excuses on the GOAT debate, because what are they going to call him now? There's no such thing as Mickey or nothing. It doesn't look like it's going to be another bubble playoff run. So this would be a nice quotation mark right next to LeBron's career and right next to the Lakers, man, because people forget we're gunning for number 18. The Lakers should be super hungry to win this championship because it will make us the winningest franchise of all time, where we belong on the top of Mount Rushmore. Everybody knows Boston won most of their championships in the 50s. They're not really on the top, but numbers-wise, Can't even hate on it. They got 17 just like us. So let's get it, baby. Let's get it. I want the Clippers, then the 76ers, then the Nets. Clippers, that's kind of a weird order, bro, because we can't get the 76ers and the Nets. We're only going to be able to get one Eastern Conference team in the playoffs, bro. But ain't nobody worried about the Clippers. Everybody knows they're about to choke. He said LeBron James is not better than Kobe Bryant. I hate how people disrespect him. I never said that. I never said that. Again, it's to your own opinion, though. That's not even going to turn into a debate. That's a stupid conversation, to be honest with you. Okay? Because there's people that think Jordan is the GOAT, and you can't even hate on that. He has 6 championships, and he has one of the most dynamic basketball careers with all these accolades. So how can you even debate that? You know? You can't debate Kobe with his 5 championships and all the adversity he had to go through. You know? And you definitely can't debate LeBron. So to me, those are the three GOATs. My GOAT, Kobe. LeBron is going to be everybody's GOAT, whether you accept it or not. At the end of his career, I'm sure of it. I know these things. He's trending that way. All it takes is one more championship with the Lakers, and it's a wrap. Can't nobody argue nothing. You know, and then in the future, you never know. We might have somebody else in the conversation, but for now, I don't see anybody in the league that's even going to come close to those 3 players' legacy. Not one. Kevin Durant, laughing stock of the NBA. None but super teams his whole career. Never won anything significant. That's what he's going to be remembered as. Just a player on overpowered teams who was scared of the big-time stage. All right? Who else? Who else can we compare? Kawhi Leonard, don't make me laugh. That went out the trash as soon as he joined the Clippers. Nobody cares about Kawhi Leonard anymore. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's great at stealing MVPs from the rightful MVPs, but he would have to win a lot of championships with Milwaukee to even be in that conversation, which I really doubt he's ever going to do. Give me some more names, and I'll just destroy them right quick. That's the holy trinity of the basketball world. Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Michael Jordan. You can't touch those 3. I'm sorry. I don't care. You can't. If we're talking skill, then you might bring Kareem into the conversation. Magic Johnson. But we don't want to be biased because we're Laker fans. So I'm going to leave it at that, you know. We got Kobe up there. Anthony Davis has a shot, but he's got a lot more championships to try to win, and he definitely has to lead a couple of them. You know, you can't be in the conversation of a GOAT if you didn't win Finals MVP. That's why I don't mention Curry. Curry is the GOAT of shooting half-court shots. That's about it. You know, he's a great three-point shooter, probably the best one we've ever seen. He's not in the conversation. Never won a Finals MVP. I don't want to hear it. He needed all this extra help. Kevin Durant went there, you know, and won 2 goofy-ass championship rings for him. Sorry, Steph Curry fans. Very talented player. He's not in the GOAT conversation, period. There's no way you can make an argument for him. Did he revolutionize the game? Yes. If you like three-point shooting from the out-of-bounds line, he's your guy. You know, if you like no defense, he's definitely your guy. But if we're talking about pound for pound, greatest of all time, the Holy Trinity. Jordan, LeBron, Kobe. Nobody touches them with a 10-foot pole. Nobody. James Cowell, he said, hey, Dan, looking forward to seeing THC start. Nets are trash. Lots of flaws on their team. Shrink the floor, limit threes, and play with heart. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's get it. And thank you so much for a donation. The Lakers just have to put up a fight for me to be satisfied. That's it. I don't want to get blown out by 20. That's all I'm asking for. If I get blown out by 20, I'm not going to be happy. But then again, am I going to be mad? No. They should be blowing us out by 20. They got all these superstars on their team, all these role players, all these has-beens. That's exactly what they must do. You know, 20 plus, 30 plus even. You know, if it was the other way around and we had AD, LeBron, Drummond, and everybody, and they had, you know, Kyrie out, and they had Kevin Durant out, and they had James Harden out, then we should blow them out by 20 or 32. It's common sense. You know? It's common sense. He said, if you like flopping, then he's your guy. If we're talking about James Harden, yes. He's not in the GOAT conversation. Anybody who puts James Harden in the GOAT conversation needs their basketball card revoked quickly and violently. You know, no, okay, maybe not violently. I'm exaggerating on that. Not violently. Never promote violence, but they do need their basketball card revoked. James Harden shouldn't be on nobody's GOAT list. That's not like some BS Bleacher Report or ESPN would come up with on their list. I'm serious. Like, James Harden is a very talented basketball flopper, and that's where it ends. That is where it ends. You know, you can't show him love like that. Like, he quit on his team. Kobe didn't never quit on his team. He quit on his team to go to a super duper stupid team. Think about that. James Harden, the basketball terrorist, because he flopped so much, not for the other reason, quit on his Houston Rockets with a brand new coach who deserves some respect. He got everybody traded. Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook. He didn't like any of them because they couldn't carry him. He had to go to a team where somebody could carry him, like Kevin Durant. I don't ever want to hear him in the GOAT conversation. No? He's desperate for a championship ring. I don't know what he's desperate for, but he keeps flopping like that. He might not be in my top 100. Flopping like that. AD quit too, bro. Let's keep it real. No, AD didn't quit. AD gave. Listen, Anthony Davis knew that the Pelicans weren't trying to build a contender ever. That they're just trying to sell tickets. There's a wolf ticket type team. You know, he didn't quit on the Pelicans. He requested a trade respectfully, got fined for it, and that's it. That's the bottom line. James Harden quit on his team. He stopped playing for them. Anthony Davis never really wanted to stop playing for him. They benched him. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is different, man. It's levels to this. James Harden just stopped. He stopped playing. He stopped showing up to practice. He showed up overweight. That's what I mean by quitting. You know? Period. Come on, man. I'm disappointed you would ever call yourself a Laker fan saying that kind of stuff, man. Calling AD a quitter. AD is a champion. Put some respect on his name, please. Please, Laker Nation. Please put some respect on a champion's name. He's a champion. Something James Harden might never be. He might. He might or he might not. I don't know. But put some respect. You know? There's a difference between quitting and wanting out. Anthony Davis wanted out of that garbage franchise. Oh, breaking news. Breaking news. Talking about the man himself. Talking about the greatest big man in the game right now, Anthony Davis, could possibly return to play in the next 7 to 10 days. Hey, I'm just going to drop the mic right there. All right? Y'all was tugging on his cape. Y'all say AD quit. Nah, AD never quits, man. 7 to 10 days, he's going to punch some of you guys in the mouth. Keep talking disrespect on Anthony Davis' name. Anthony Davis, best big man in the game. Hands down. Hands down. I'm super hyped. This man said I'm late, bro. I'm talking to you guys. I'm not looking at my phone. I'm early. He said, we need him. We looking bad. That's too soon. Let him rest. If he feels ready, he's probably ready to go right now. They're just giving him the extra 7 to 10 days. I trust this front office. They're going to do the right thing. He's not durable, though, Dan. He's durable during the finals. That's the only time we need him to be durable. He could take a whole year off if he wants. Nets going to win. Back off, haters. Ain't nobody hating on your OP team, man. That's an embarrassment. How can you cheer for that team? You're an embarrassment. He said he's got to get back eventually. Ain't that much season left. Don't matter, man. Like I said, if he sat the whole season out up until the playoffs, that's all that matters. The playoffs is all that matters. As long as we're in the picture, and we get healthy players back, it's a wrap. We're coming out of the West for sure. For sure. I know Brooklyn's going to be rooting for every team that we face along the Western Conference playoffs. They're scared, just like KD. They're scared. Their fans are scared, you know. They're scared. Brooklyn fans are scary. That's why they call us scary hours, because they're scary. Trust me. Don't let these fans distract you from the fact that the Clippers blew a 3-1 playoff lead. Hey, I think Charles Barkley said it best. Have you guys seen that clip of Charles Barkley talking facts on TNT for the first time ever in the history? He said, I've been fat. I've been broke. He said, I've been rich. I've been in the Hall of Fame. Well, one thing never changes. The Clippers have always sucked. Which is why I don't get their fans. I don't get it. You're a fan of a franchise that's selling wolf tickets. Congratulations. You're playing yourself. Hell yeah, Charles Barkley speaking. That's the only time I've ever agreed with him, I think. So, yep, Charles, man, Chuck. I'm telling you, I don't hate on Chuck. I know he dislikes our Lakers and all this, but he hates us because he was never part of greatness. He was almost traded to the Lakers. He talks so highly. When he told the story about how he almost got traded to the Lakers, but then at the last minute, somebody pulled out. I don't remember who. He was speaking so highly of the franchise then. But since he was never a part of greatness, you know, he just turns around and hates on us. But that's all right. We see you, Chuck. We see you. Starbucks sees you. I mean, not Starbucks. I'm sorry. Krispy Kreme sees you as well. He said, Nets scared to face the Lakers. They're definitely scared. They call it scary hours for a reason. Scary hours because they had to go out in the trade deadline and get all these superstars and all these have-been all-stars and all these role players because it's scary hours. That's what it really means, man. Trust me. Trust me on that. And they're going to be hoping. I've seen Brooklyn Net fans hoping for injuries. You never wish upon injuries. You got to be the lowest scum of the earth to wish injuries on other players. Like you can't even call yourself a basketball fan because a real basketball fan would love to beat an opponent, the opposition, at full strength. You want to see the best versus the best. You don't want to see your team win, you know, a fake ring and versus an injured team. Come on, man. Come on, guys. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. I'm glad I was able to give you guys this final update before the game starts. AD back in 7 to 10 days. You know, all these KD fans are shaking in their little boots. And I'm happy, guys. I'm happy as can be. We're slowly but surely getting back to where we're supposed to be, to the top. Watch. AD comes back. We incorporate him and Drummond together. That's going to be a beautiful duo in itself. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure to please smash that like button, especially if y'all hate the Brooklyn Nets. Smack that like button. And I'll see you guys right here for the post-game recap.